Let's talk about my OCD. I wanted to talk about this because I am actually going to be entering an outpatient treatment program this week. And I think there's a lot of misconceptions about OCD that I want to clear up. So the first thing you're probably thinking is, I've seen your bathroom, there's no way you have OCD. And to that, I will say, yeah, my bathroom is very messy, but OCD shows up in a bunch of different ways and it manifests differently for different people. My OCD specifically is not like a hyper cleaning OCD. Unfortunately, I am not super clean. My OCD is not a typical what people think of OCD. Like, I don't do any repetitive behaviors. I'm not super clean. I'm not super organized. I am a little bit, but that's just like me being a Virgo and nothing to do with my OCD. I actually have always been and still am pretty ashamed of like my specific OCD because I never really heard people talk about it. I didn't even know it was a thing until I was in high school. I had been diagnosed with an OCD disorder in 4th grade, but I was never told that because my parents didn't want it to become part of my personality. So I've dealt with this since the 4th grade and it's always been a part of my life, something that I struggle with. And at the ripe age of 29, I'm finally seeking treatment. I have seen therapists before for this, but OCD isn't really something that you can treat very easily. And I have a lot of other reasons why I've been in therapy, so it's never been top priority for me. I found this program that allows me to do OCD treatment therapy completely online, and it takes about 12 weeks and it's outpatient. So I do a session twice a week for 12 weeks, and then hopefully I should be much better. You can never actually cure OCD, but you can definitely treat the symptoms and learn how to make it better for yourself. I've actually seen somebody else on this app talk about their inpatient program that they did. It just means that you're staying in a facility instead of doing it at home. And I thought it was really interesting and really helpful, and it made me feel definitely less alone. So that's why I'm sharing this. I hope that anybody else that has OCD can maybe hear this and realize that they're not as alone as you think, because it can feel very debilitating and very lonely when you feel like you're the only one that has these issues. You might be wondering what OCD I have because I mentioned it and then never shared it. And that's because I'm very ashamed of it. I have trichotillomania and dermatillomania. They are known as the picking disorders, so hair pulling, nail biting, cuticle pulling, all of these things. I hate it. I want to stop. I've been doing it since I was in the 4th grade, and it is quite frustrating. At one point, actually at a few points in my life, it'll get really bad and then I'll literally have bald spots. And I've had a stressful year. My last year was very stressful and I was doing it more than I wanted to. And I've been trying a bunch of different medications. Nothing has really helped. So that's why I am doing this program. If anyone has questions, feel free to leave them below. I am planning to document this journey. Hopefully I can tell you guys if it worked for me or not, and then you can do it too if it works. I love you guys and I hope that this helps someone at least feel a little bit less alone.